Efforts to mitigate biological threats. Whenever we use the word biological threat, the term that comes into our mind is the bioweapon or bioterrorism. Bio means life and the word weapon इससे मुराद हथियार के हैं. So the infectious agents that are used as weapons against human beings are known as bioweapons or bioterrorism. So the definition of bioweapon is that any infectious agent that can be bacteria or viruses that are used intentionally to cause harm to human beings, they are known as bioweapons. The other term that is used for bioweapon is bioterrorism. So bioweapon and bioterrorism are synonyms. Now at national and international level, plans or programs are developed against the biowar defense. But keep in mind that planning of an effective biowar defense is a very difficult task, whether it is at national level or at international level. It affects the nation, it brings fear among the public, and it also affects the scientific community. Bioweapons ने साइंटिफिक कम्युनिटी पे बहुत बर्डन डाल दिया है क्योंकि बायोवेपन्स वो इन्फेक्शियस एजेंट्स हैं जिनके अगेंस्ट ना तो कोई ट्रीटमेंट है, दैट इज नो वैक्सीनेशन एंड नो थेरेपेटिक एजेंट्स. Now, what are the levels which are developed to create a defense against the bioweapons? First one is the international cooperation. We have to cooperate with the international agencies to control bioweapons. चाहे वो पाकिस्तान के अंदर दाखिल होने की बात हो या पाकिस्तान से बाहर bioweapons के जाने की बात हो. And there is also transfer of technology that helps to create defense against bioweapons. New technology को अपने मुल्क में introduce कराना, that is also helpful for creating the defense against bioweapons. इसके अलावा अगर कोई national action लिया गया है against the bioweapon or against the bioterrorism, then as a public we have to support the national actions. So these three things are very important. They create the defense against bioweapons. One is the international cooperation. Second one is the transfer of technology dealing with the field of biotechnology. Then it is better to support the national programs or plans dealing with the defense against bioterrorism. Now for bioterrorism and bioweapon, as it is not a new idea, Soviet Union also used bioweapons against their enemies. So Biological and Toxin Weapon Convention was developed in 1972. But when there is a spread of bioweapon, we always feel that BTWC is somewhat weak. So now it is worldwide accepted that BTWC, which was established in 1972, is institutionally weak. Their implementation, rather we are dealing with the programs or plans, they are somehow ineffective when there is a spread of bioweapon. इसके अलावा अगर बायोवेपन को हम प्रॉपर्ली इन्वेस्टिगेट ना करें, even then there is no need of plans and programs. So without investigation, PTWC is not institutionally weak. Now let's talk about the threats that can act as bioweapons. So these biological threats are: number one, terrorists. They can be non-state actors. Either there can be misuse of technologies. If we are not using good microbiological practices, then the misuse of technology can release the infectious agents into the environment. Infectious agents, bacteria or viruses that are acting as bioweapons, they can be theft from the lab. In the same way, national or international religious extremists, they can act as biological threats. Now, sometimes for terrorism, international agencies are involved. but because of unemployment or because of poverty, they locally hired agents. So here the frustration among people increases due to poverty and unemployment in developing countries. यूजुअली इन लोगों को निशाना बनाया जाता है और इनका इस्तेमाल किया जाता है ताकि बायो वेपन्स को स्प्रेड किया जा सके. Now, what are the efforts to mitigate biological threats? As we have already discussed about the Biological and Toxin Weapon Convention, according to this act, which was established in 1972, there must be a designation of focal point. There must be central implementation authorities dealing with biosafety and biosecurity guidelines. Then they talked about the code of conducts for the biologists and for the researchers. And the most important thing is the awareness regarding biosafety, biosecurity and of bioweapons among public. It can be through seminars, workshops, conferences, training, and now the most important thing that are acting in bringing up the awareness to the highest point is media. Now we will talk about the Pakistan's effort to mitigate biological threats. Keep in mind that Pakistan is the front line of war on terror. They have suffered not only from financial loss, they have also suffered from human loss every year. Now, bioweapons are not the part of security matrix in Pakistan. बायोवेपन्स ना तो सिक्योरिटी के तौर पे पाकिस्तान में बनाए गए, ना उनका इस्तेमाल दूसरे ममालिक के लिए किया गया, लेकिन फिर भी पाकिस्तान बायो टेररिज्म का शिकार है. Now, in dealing with bioweapons, Pakistan has made a tremendous progress, for example, in the shape of National Biosafety Rules 2005, according to which new legislations have been introduced in Pakistan regarding biosafety. Then they also improved their administrative measures for risk assessment, risk management. The National Core Group of Life Sciences was established in 2007. इस ग्रुप के accordingly biosafety, biosecurity और bioethics ये सिलेबस में शामिल होना चाहिए. So they have introduced biosecurity in the syllabus. The syllabus, once designed by the committees, they are finally reviewed by Higher Education Commission. Then Pakistan Biological Safety Association was developed in 2008 under the umbrella of National Core Group of Life Sciences and Higher Education Commission. Their purpose or their goal is to train the trainers who are seeking for biological satisfaction. Now here for biological certification, they cover the modules which are risk assessment, risk modification, and also designing the lab, whether we are dealing with the lab of biosafety level 1, biosafety level 2 labs, biosafety level 3 labs, or biosafety level 4 labs. Then National Institute of Health in Pakistan is dealing with the diseases, whether the infectious disease is endemic, epidemic or pandemic. They work in collaboration with World Health Organization to control the diseases. Apart from this, Export Control Act 2004 is also functional in Pakistan. This is for re-export, over-export and for the transshipment of goods, technologies as well as for the equipments which are involved in the biotechnological experiments. अगर हम Export Control Act को follow नहीं करते और उसकी खिलाफ वर्जी करते हैं, then special actions are taken against them, that is 14 years of imprisonment या उन्हें 5 मिलियन रुपए जुर्माना अदा करने पड़ते हैं. इसके अलावा अगर बहुत सीवियर केसेस हैं तो उन सूरतों में 14 साल की कैद और 5 मिलियन रुपए दोनों जुर्माने के तौर पर देने पड़ते हैं.